One exciting thing to think about is where those students started and where they are now. Look what they have accomplished because of your work. This is an amazing process. It's an amazing journey for them, and you've been the leader of that journey. So this has been exciting, and we need to remember that when we get to this point. I've had students say, well, finally, someone taught me how to write. I know how to write. I'm a writer, and I can get things done when I write. But what we really want to remind ourselves is this is a process. This is a framework. We can't skip any of these stages, that we have to do them all, and we have to do them in this progression. It's not all about the mnemonic strategy. In fact, that's an integral part, but it's not the whole deal. SRSD is a beginning. And when we teach kids to organize, they can then go on and do content and do higher level writing skills. So this will bring them to a place where it's clear. And finally, we can focus on conventions and grammar, how to write a sentence. Those things are harder to teach, but once kids get that organizational structure, they become really motivated, they're interested, they have more tolerance and resilience to do those kinds of activities. So it's important. The overview provides a high-level look at the foundational premises of SRSD, and it provides us with the organization that allows us to be successful as we go through these strategies. And I think it also will help us think about the theoretical premises. So there's a lot of theory behind this. There's a lot of research. It attaches us or it connects us to the core frameworks, whether they're state or the Common Core national standards. It helps us look at those and connect to those standards. The 6 stages are unique because they have built into them the whole self-monitoring, self-talk, goal setting, all of the self-meta skills that kids need. And we frequently don't have those in our instruction. In fact, that's the area where most teachers tell me, gee, I never do self-talk, I never do goal setting. This is really new to me. The 6 recursive stages are meant to gradually release responsibility to the students. They're set up in such a way that the teacher begins by introducing and modeling, and then collaborative teaching, eventually to independence, where the students can do it themselves. And they provide the knowledge needed to internalize and then generalize the strategies. They also teach kids to self-regulate throughout the process. We have goal setting for long-term maintenance, and then we want teacher fidelity to include all of the stages and tasks in order to get to effectiveness. All of the scripts, all of the lesson plans are provided for teachers. The tools include such things as strategy charts, graphic organizers, rubrics, planners, fidelity checklists, also graphs. You will also be able to implement this right away. That's important because you can also customize it to your student needs. So with the lesson plans provided, you can look at them, adapt them, or use them as they are. You will see progress almost after the first 1 or 2 lessons. Well, you're going to experience your students reaching success like you never have before. You're going to be surprised at how fast they go. You're going to be surprised at their motivation. You're going to be surprised at what they produce. First of all, the stages are the same. The process is the same. What changes is the level of language, the level of the activities, the complexity of the graphic organizers or the rubrics. And for the upper grades, in some of the genres, they have more to do. They have to be more analytical. They have to synthesize information. They have to present an argument and refute the opposing claim. They have to do more complex thinking around that genre. So the beauty of SRSD for kids who are struggling or have been identified with having autism or learning disabilities is that you can drop down to a lower level and present that information to them. The stages, the tasks are all similar, and they will move through these the same way general ed students do. What's different is they need more time. They might need a little more practice. They might need a little more collaboration and eventually they get it. What I hear teachers say is, I know how to do graphic organizers. I've used rubrics. They actually have latched onto a graphic organizer and they're adapting it and working with it. And then they look at the rubric and they adapt that. And then they call me over to look at their work. And I say, this is good. What about, where's the self-talk? Where's the goal setting? Oh, they didn't include it. And they don't do it on purpose. It's just a natural phenomena, I think, that they grasp and hold on to the things that they know how to do. And so what we want to do is make sure that they include all of the stages and all of the tasks and all the important elements, because that's the evidence. It shows us that those things are included when we're successful using SRSD.